I don't think entrepreneurship is for everyone. I think there's very few people in the world that entrepreneurship is very much suited to. And there's a very large portion of people who think they want to be entrepreneurs because they look at the end result of, I want to be rich, I want the freedom, but very few people who are actually willing to do what it takes. And those two things are complete polar opposite realities. I find the people who are built to be entrepreneurs are people who enjoy the process. They enjoy the stress. They enjoy building. They enjoy trying to figure out new ways. The people who enjoy the process, who are in love with, the doing rather than the achieving, those are the people I think go the furthest. It's so easy for me to differentiate the kind of people that are really about it, that are built to be entrepreneurs, that their success is guaranteed given time, versus people who, genuinely speaking, it's going to be a long time before they see success, if they see success at all. And the core characteristics of people who are meant to be entrepreneurs and not meant to be entrepreneurs are these few things. Number one, people who are not meant to be entrepreneurs are people who, when it boils down to the why, when it's time to make a decision, they forget the reason why they are doing a certain thing. Right? They forget the consequence. They're like, I really want this thing, I really want it, but maybe I'll wait, I'll kick the can down the road. They don't think about the consequence enough. What if I don't do this now? What happens if I just keep sitting on it? What if I just keep throwing spaghetti at the wall? What happens? Does my life change? Does it get any better? Maybe I can try and figure out myself. No. Those people, they're not meant to be entrepreneurs. Why? Because an entrepreneur realizes, I'd rather pay in money than pay in time. My dream matters so much to me now, I'm just going to pay now. I'm going to do it now. Get where I want to go now. The other person, I don't want to sacrifice anything. Don't want to take the risk. Don't want to put myself out there. Don't want to take the leap. I'll get there because I believe I'll get there. Because I'm meant for it. I know it. Those people are funny to me. That's reason number one, right? The second, core factor I find in people who are not meant to be entrepreneurs is people who look for the perfect solution, right? Whenever you're presented with an opportunity to change the way that you do business, to take the next step, people who want to sit there and analyze. I hear it all the time. I need to do more research. Need to just think about things more. As a brokey, what research could you possibly do? You don't even know what to look for, right? If you did know what questions to ask and what answers to get, you wouldn't be broke. But as a brokey, what more research can you do in your little brokey mind with your little brokey skills? What possible research is there to do? And I understand all these are just smoke screens on sales calls. It's excuses not to take the action, which is adhering to the first thing I said. But the second thing is, they're waiting for the perfect solution. When you're in the beginning phases of business, anything is better than what you're currently doing. It's like being in the gym. You get that newbie gains, it's a huge growth at first, and then it kind of starts to taper off. It's a huge gain at first because for the first time ever, you're working your muscles in a different way, or you're working your muscles full stop, right? The same thing with business. If you're starting out and you're a beginner, or you've tried a few things and it hasn't worked, anything is better than what you're currently doing. The perfect solution, number one, doesn't exist. But brokey people get so caught up on finding the perfect solution because their money is so scarce, their money's so limited. It's like, if I'm going to spend it, it has to be a win. It has to be the perfect thing right out the gate. Again, that's where most brokies go wrong, is they believe it has to be this perfect thing, not realizing that even if something is 80% of what it promises to be, it's going to be 100% better than what you're doing. It's going to get you the result that you're looking for because it's better than what you're doing. And so trying to do more research and trying to look for the perfect solution, you're kidding yourself. That doesn't exist. Number three is the people who are not meant to be entrepreneurs are people who lack perspective, right? Even if we take the example of number two, they're so concerned, brokey people are so concerned about spending any kind of money to get help, to build their business, to be better, because their money's so scarce. let me ask you something. Let's say someone's charging, I don't know, $5,000 for a program for mentorship, and you want to make $100,000. Okay, you believe you deserve $100,000. You believe you can make $100,000. Great. Well, let's go with that. You believe you're gonna make $100,000. Is that $5,000 that you're investing the only money you're ever gonna make? Is that the last $5,000 you're ever gonna make? Let's put it into perspective. Really, 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 really. Let's say worst case scenario. You go for it, you work with whatever mentor it is, they charge you $5,000, and it doesn't work. Let's just say it doesn't work. They totally rip you off, they don't offer any support, nothing. And they leave you there, $5,000 down the hole. Are you gonna be on the street? Are you gonna be eating from soup cans? You're gonna be in a sleeping bag on the road? What will really happen if you lose that $5,000? You'll be pissed as hell, for sure. I would be too. I've lost way more than that, right? But is that the only money you'll ever make? No. And this is where losers go wrong. Brokies, people who are not meant to be entrepreneurs, they lack perspective. If you say you're going to make 100,000, you believe you deserve it, so that 5,000 is nothing. You need to actually have that perspective. That 5,000 is nothing. If your identity really is someone who is going to make 100,000, you've already made that 100,000, you're that guy, you need to start looking at $5,000 like nothing. Yeah, fine. Not investing the $5,000 to learn the skills that can make you $100,000 a year is not costing you $5,000 to not do it. It's costing you $95,000 a year to not do it. If you don't have the skills that can make you $100,000, it's costing you $95,000 to not go for it. That's actually the cost. But bringing it back to my example, right, is that $5,000. You need to start looking at that like, oh, that's nothing. I make $100,000. $5,000 is nothing. But if you say that you are going to make 100,000, but then you look at $5,000 like, oh my god, it's all the money I've got, you're not that guy. Then you're lying to yourself. You don't have that higher identity. You have the identity of someone who's only got $5,000, if that. If you don't even have $5,000, then take a look at yourself. Take a look at your identity. Your baseline is so low. If you don't even have $5,000, then it means what you demand of yourself is even below $5,000. You need to start framing it like that. And if that's the case, and if you can be honest enough with yourself to recognize, you know what, wow, my standards for myself are so low, that's why I don't even have 5,000. If you can be honest with yourself here, then all of a sudden now, you can start to raise your identity and be like, yeah, you know what, I'm going to make way more than that. So if someone's charging me $5,000 to make way more money, $5,000 is $5,000. You need to look at $5,000 like it's nothing if you really are that guy, right? That's the reason why, for me, I just spent $12,500 working with a mentor, because I know $12,500 is nothing to the kind of person making $100K a month, and is spending $12,500 to learn the skills to make $100K a month. Fuck yeah, I would do that every day of the week. Come on, because that's the identity I have, because it's real to me, because I'm meant to be an entrepreneur, because I am an entrepreneur. But a lot of people aren't built for it. And again, like I said, to wrap up, that third point is people who lack perspective, right? And there's so many more things I can point out, but the reason I make this video in the first place is, if you are in that crossroad in life where you want to pursue your goal, you want to go for it, you need to identify which side of the fence you're on. If everything I've said to you is indicating that you are not meant to be an entrepreneur, but you want to be, cool, well then change those around. Start to have greater perspective. Start to look at $5,000 like it's nothing, right? Don't look for the perfect solution. Be like, yeah, cool, anything is going to help me right now. Anything is going to be better for me, right? You need to start looking at it like that, okay? So if you really want to be an entrepreneur and you actually want to succeed, but everything I've been saying is pointing out that you're on this side of the fence, it's time to make a change. Either make a change, jump to the other side, position yourself as a real entrepreneur, or give up. Stop being in denial, right? Be true to yourself. And if who you are right now is not who you want to be, make a change or quit. Make a change or quit. That's all it is. So I hope that kind of points out things for you guys. And if this has resonated with you in any kind of way, drop a comment, let me know. If you disagree with me, drop a comment, let me know. But either way, that is my perspective. That's what I've seen over the past 5 years of talking to people all day, every day, who want to be something great, and very few people actually do what's necessary, put themselves in the right position. So with that said, guys, I hope you make the right decision, and I'll leave it there. Cheers.